Hi guys, this is Colin and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a double feature for you guys. This is 2 of the 4 games I played in Ranked last night, and I can't really remember when I had that good of a streak in Ranked as I did yesterday. I had 4 wins in a row, and I don't know if that ever happened to me before in Ranked, actually. And this is 2 of the 4 games, as I said, and I actually managed to hit a milestone for me in Ranked, pretty much, because if you've seen any of my other Ranked videos on my channel, you know that I had a bit of an issue with Ranked this season. I played the 2 previous seasons before this one, and I had a struggle those time as well, but not really the same struggle that I felt this time around. It has been a real pain. Let's just leave it at that. And I've been back and forth about if I just want to quit Ranked altogether, or if I just should try and bunker down and try and get as far down as possible. But so I pretty much had promised myself that I would hit rank 8 and then I would just quit. Then I would just be done with Ranked. And I actually managed to do that yesterday. So now we're gonna see how much I am a man of my word. Because somehow, I mean, even though I really hate Ranked sometimes, I also go back. It's one of those, you know, bad relationships you have, where you pretty much hate the person you're with, but even though they make you feel that way, you always kind of hook up anyway. You meet each other in a bar for a party and you still manage to hook up even though you know it's gonna end badly. That is pretty much my feeling about the Ranked season. It's my bad ex-girlfriend that just keeps popping up in my life, giving me STDs. No, not really. Not really that bad, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So this first match is on Land of Fire, and we go for the B cap. The B cap is of course the really the best cap in this map, because first off you have this great little strip of island in front of me here, which guards me from any enemy torps when I cap. And also when you've taken this cap and driven away the enemy, that we pretty much have done now, your team will have so much more cover sailing around behind these island chains here, while the enemy team out in the open at A will have a real problem staying away from fire damage and torps and broadsides to battleships and such. So if you ever play Ranked on this map, you should always go for this cap, the B cap. So now we have the friendly fleet following us in behind the cover, and it's up to us DDs to pretty much run interference, keeping the enemy team spotted, engaging nosy destroyers that get too close, and of course setting some fires on those battleships. Now we have 4 destroyers on each team. The enemy has 2 stealthy Japanese and 2 gunboats. We have 1 stealthy Japanese port boat and 3 gunboats. So I would personally say that we have an advantage, because my experience in ranked is that the team with the most gunboats often win the fight. Sure, I mean, Japanese destroyers have good torps, they can stealth torps, but usually in ranked they don't get so close to the battleships, so they will pretty much always run into a gunboat instead, and then they will suffer greatly. So I would never play a Japanese destroyer in ranked, but that's just me, that's my opinion. I love the aggressive playstyle, as this Polish Blyskawica and also Russian and American destroyers. So we are keeping ourselves busy, sailing this border between the camps, just trying to stay stealthy behind those rocks and at the same time engage as many targets as we possibly can. We have a Blyskawica that is on the other side, which is a bit unnecessary, because it's better to just stay here and spot the enemy cruisers and battleships through these gaps and just take pot shots at the enemy destroyers every time they pop up, pretty much.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Now I have a friendly Colorado that is pretty much still at our base, and I don't really understand why he wants to be up here, because it's much easier for the enemy destroyers to go and snipe him. He should much rather, I think, follow our Nagato down closer to the B cap, so he can also sit behind those islands and stealth fire on the enemy battleships. We have an enemy destroyer and shores, I think, just east of our cap. So we are trying to engage them as well, but at the same time they have a huge disadvantage, because they are so cut off from their fleet. They have no backup, so it will be pretty easy for us to kill them off if they stay close to our cap. And this is something also I feel about ranked, that you shouldn't really split up that much. Sometimes when it's a 3-cap mode, maybe you should go for, of course, 2 caps, but in a map like this, that is pretty well cornered off with islands in between, you shouldn't really go on YOLO missions on the enemy side. Now I killed off the first enemy ship, their battleship, and I start to engage this Blyskawica.
Problem solved, sir.
Now, you know, I have been talking about in my videos about situational awareness and not to tunnel vision in the game, but whoa, do I tunnel vision? Have you noticed anything about the minimap? And I'm like getting this huge hit on my ship. I've been setting on fire. I know that it wasn't the Blyskawica, but I just assumed that it was the cruiser or something down at their cap. And I still haven't noticed anything wrong about the minimap. And I mean, I usually look at the minimap at least one every other second. But I'm so focused on this Blyskawica, trying to get some last shots into him before he disappears. And I still haven't realized that I have an enemy destroyer like 400 meters behind my ship. Saving grace for me right here was pretty much this friendly York who engaged this enemy destroyer. Otherwise I had pretty certainly been toast right now. I mean, look how close he is. And now I realize, I mean, I'm just, what the fuck? What are you doing here? That could have ended badly. Thank you so much, Mr. York. Well, sometimes you just have to be lucky. I didn't deserve to be alive in this match. I can tell you that. So, we have still pretty much the same tickets and the same amount of ships, and I don't want to spoil this too much for you, but this match will be pretty even until the end, and the end, I mean, close will not even start to describe the situation I'm in the end. I mean, yeah, you're gonna see, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about.
Engine boost deactivated.
Let's say that enemy DD I encountered just a minute ago wasn't the only time this match that I had some angels or RNGs looking over my shoulder, holding their hand over me pretty much. So now we have one ship advantage and a small amount of tickets. And I know that one enemy destroyer and one enemy cruiser is east, and one lone Mayhan is at their cap, so I feel pretty confident to go in and start to engage him, even though we have pretty much the same amount of health. I never really fear a US destroyer in the Blyskawica. Maybe I'm too cocky, but I feel like I don't really have an issue taking out a US DD in the Blyskawica. At least if you play it smart. You should never go in close and fight with a US destroyer, because then they arcs flatten out and they lose their big disadvantage with their high arcs. So as soon as you start to engage a USDD, you should always kite away and fighting him on the run, so to speak, because then he will have a huge disadvantage and you will have a huge advantage, especially if you are in a Polish Blyskawica or a Russian destroyer. Now this side is pretty open for the taking, so I'm just going straight into their cap. Their destroyer is attempting to take our cap as well, and he has the shores as backup. I'm trying to get a look at the enemy DD, see if I can reset him. But of course, being a Japanese DD, he's playing it smart. He's not breaking stealth. So there goes the cap. But we will take their cap soon as well, so it isn't that big of an issue.
The enemy is about to win.
as you can see, it's still really close.
Engine boost activated.
Now I'm just announcing to the team that I intend on going straight for B, trying to chase off and hopefully kill that Japanese destroyer.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
So I'm just trying to stay out of detection for this shores, because he can pretty much kill me with a half miss, as we say in Sweden. Okay, so that's one set of torps, which gives me a bit of idea of where it can be. And he also left the cap, because our friendly battleship is capping. So he should be on the other side somewhere, maybe down towards... Oh, there he is, okay. So I tried to start engage him directly. Of course, I miss all my shots. I'm just trying to get some blind shots into him. He was pretty much full health. I have a sliver of health left. I'm a Blyskawica, he's a Japanese DD. But this can be a tough fight. So my first thought here was to go in closer, trying to torp where I think he's hiding pretty much there on the other side of that sliver of the island. So I thought I'd torp and then go in and engage with my guns. And of course our friendly battleship is taken out. And I'm torping and I'm getting ready to shoot my guns, and he should pop up soon. Oh shit, there he is. Okay, he wasn't where I thought he was. And now I'm really close to Japanese DD with torps. There goes the first set. I managed to dodge those without any problem. But he still has another set, and I'm not really sure if that shores is gonna kill me any second now. And this is close. I have to watch when he's showing his broadside, because then he's gonna launch his torps. So I'm just trying to take chunks out of him, hopefully killing him off before he can kill me. Oh, okay, now it's gonna happen, and... Are they coming? Are they yeah, I think he torped. Oh shit! Oh, saved by the bell. Now, I'm not really sure if I would have gone between those torps or not, but this way works fine for me. Well, we won that game, and I got some pretty decent experience, 2 kills, but woo, I was pretty much standing up the last seconds of that game. Holy crap, that was close. So, on to the next one. The game that got me rank number 8. And of course, we got 3 cap on Ocean. Everyone's favorite. Well, actually, I don't have that big of an issue with this map. I think it's a pretty okay map. To be honest, I've done pretty well on this map. But of course, if you play a low tier US destroyer, where you pretty much have to use islands to go in close for those torp runs, then you're pretty much fucked. But as a Blyskawica, it's a pretty decent map. So we start communicating at the start as usual, and we decide that we should go for A and B. So I volunteer to go and peek B, while the rest of the team is heading straight for A. and I'm asking for some cruiser fire support at B. Just if I run into half their team, I do like to get out alive. So far so well. Seems like the teams are pretty even.
Enemy force detected. Forces, capture that area.
Yeah, they have 2 gunships.
Protect that target.
I can't even tell what we have, sorry. the picture in the preview window is so small. But I think we have pretty even teams. Let's just stick with that story. Now my friendly Mayhan ran into 2 enemy destroyers, and it's their gunboats, so I know that I only have a Japanese DD to fight with up at my cap. So I'm starting to cap B and start to engage this Hatsuharu. I'm guessing there are torps in the water. So I need to think about that, and here they come. But they were pretty way off, so it wasn't that big of an issue to dodge those. Now I know he's heading to C, so I'm just first trying to use my smoke for a little while. Maybe engage one cruiser, setting some fires. But then my intention is to start heading up to C and hopefully engage him while he's capping up there. So I have told my team that we should do a fast switch, go for B and C instead, and pretty much just abandon A. And this is also a very important thing in ranked, especially if there's a 3 cap domination, that you can't be hard set on the first plan you made in the start of the battle, because you have to adjust while the match is going, and if you see that the majority of the enemy team is heading one way, you need to readjust your plan and do it quickly so you don't lose momentum and you cap those caps fast and start earning tickets, which is pretty much what we did here. Their Hatsuharu just managed to cap this, and then I went in, so they pretty much didn't get anything for this cap. We got torps, and now I'm stealing this cap back for our team. And the enemy team hasn't really been able to take A yet, so we are creating a huge advantage for ourselves. So I kill off the Hatsuharu, and I'm taking C. And the friendly fleet has taken out one of their gunships, so we only have one Blyskawica to be aware of in the rest of the match. And of course, on this map, destroyers are everything, because as the cruiser or battleship you can't really go cap, because you have nothing to hide behind. So if you lose your destroyers on this map, you are pretty much fucked. So this was pretty much a steamroll from the beginning to the end. Now I'm heading straight south towards A. And we have the enemy Blyskawica trying to take A, but he is really dying fast. He's getting focused by 4 ships down A, and I don't think he really have that big of a support down there, so it's not gonna be an issue so much longer. Now I'm always interested in trying to analyze every game I play and try to analyze what went wrong and what went right, because I'm always interested in learning from my mistakes and trying to get better at my gameplay and at the game. And I always try and, as I said, just put my finger on what was the deciding factor in this game. Because if you looked at the start, I mean, it felt like we had pretty much the same options. I mean, both teams headed and focused on A. And I don't know if it was our communication and that we reacted as fast as we did and went for B and C instead and managed to take out their destroyer that pretty much swung the game our way, or if it was some other factor. But I feel like they could have done the same. I mean, one of their gunboats could have turned off and went north and helped that Hatsuharu with the other caps when they saw that the majority of our fleet was heading for A as well. But I think that was pretty much it, that we communicated very well in our team and we reacted to the situation very fast. And of course there's always a luck factor as well. So I got my second kill on that battleship.
Smoke generator started.
Now I'm trying to focus his shores at the same time as I'm taking A cap. So that's 2 solo caps till now, and I'm working on my third here hopefully, which is always good for the old experience. Now I should probably go for EP here instead, but I was trying to get him set on fire first. I always want a fire burning first and then I try to go for the citadel. The armor piercing on Blyskawica isn't really that reliant. I mean, it can do some good damage, but it's not like a Murmansk or a high-tier Russian. Now I switch to armor piercing, and there goes the citadel, and my third solo cap. Now he's turning away. You can see no damage there at all. I think those bounced pretty much.
Critical engine damage.
And now we have one enemy ship left. And that was the game. And rank number 8, finally. So I just wanted some nice more flags. Now, I'm not sure if this is gonna be the end for ranked for me this season, but I have that feeling so far that it's just not worth it. I mean, ranked is for me like Dementors in Harry Potter movies and books. Dementors are those big ghost shapes that just goes around sucking the life and the joy out of people, and that is pretty much ranked for me. So I guess I'm gonna stick to vanilla, but I do want to thank you for checking out this video. This was a double feature, my new series, and please hit that like button. Here was my incredible winning streak, as I said, 4 wins in a row with Blyskawica unranked. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you later. Bye.